and in summer and also etimi aba. And you know, former world number 1 Caroline Wozniacki, on also a free mu, on a buyer be a friend Maria Timofeva, and a dibo mo Wozniacki elusu 166461 on also Ekufi. Coco Golf is through. Ono wa qualify 767262. Ono American nearby. Ono any chrome ni Caroline Dolhide. Ono ena Coco Golf. And in the boy ya wadinechi akafumi. Where a man from the course of Australian Open. Alright. Yes, I know. Please imagine about Kwabasu. Abaya bako free Czech Republic. Your friend Babora Kriskova. Ono so a winning by 6262. Ono Tamara Kopach and the Bomu. Canada nearby a friend Leila Fernandez. One also Edin Kugo. Alicia Parks of Free America. Edin Chi Akafon by 7564. So there are games to look forward to. Stefanos Tsitsipas so elusu first set to Jordan Thompson. Lorenzo Musetti, one also any Luca Van Ash, Eddie Bomoa, and Yasem Ketwakra. Later on, the man himself, Novak Djokovic, one also Ebetiesma, the Pimbia, Jedi Eba on 89.7. I am Max. Maximum in Takrade, and we're live around the world on www.maxfmlive.com. Etimichi Mauritania, SCO by 1-0. That was some resilient performance from Mauritania. For me, the ball Burkina for Nama. Burkina needed a penalty from Bertrand Traore to gain those 3 points. Tunisia so almost things to be a Namibia from Ghana and Legon City bebo 1-1 omni Blasters ebo goalless. Mesenra omo ya bakosem they won their first ever game in an Afcon tournament. Abrante from Dion Hoto ono ene share goal no na enra ushe Namibia for na with Muzampa. So omo ya de ntina Blaster for intiman show no omo ya de papa. Now last match of the day na Mali and South Africa. Mali conceded penalty as early as the 18th minute. Abrante Osik Naka Emma Ali, your friend Pesitao, one NSA penalty no, and Mali for NSA and Montana way, dear body, a woman. Abrante Traore and Sinayoku, one more NSA 2 goals no Edmund Malia. Mali a winning by 2 goals to 0 in their opening game of the African Cup of Nations. And then matches there Basso, Nyasem Ketwa, the best team in Africa, no doubt about that. The Atlas Lions of Morocco, woman Tanzania and the D Bomu. Then there's another one between the DRC and Zambia, and it's just 2 games in the African Cup of Nations. Enti ehun sem kakra eno nanche na isi form a ye de eye enkomotwetwe no ene ba.
Fantastic. Issues in the Dawson. Say, in them now the way in the year, this time started free ho. Because Afcon mood Nana, you won't know. And then a year first game in the group stage of the Afcon. But so far, me who the overrated teams at the tournament. Meaning say who the idea?
Not yet. So I'm for match back on Jeji team, you know.
Yes, but my team say is it not the first game?
Yeah.
But me sure say yeah tournament yeah in share game and say predict who is likely to win. Yeah in share game and say predict say why they favorite to win the tournament. May you sure say as in central will be our the favorite 3 or 5 to win the tournament. Maybe my own country may not be in. I don't know about you. I don't know about Josiah. But so far, many are convinced about Nigeria.
Okay.
Now many are convinced about Egypt. Many are convinced about Ghana. Many are convinced about South Africa. Many are convinced about Tunisia. And the last one, Cameroon.
Right.
The reason why I may boss our countries we in say they are all past winners of this tournament. But I'm convincing me enough. Per their first game will be able. Edu baby ana comment and the real tournament siko. Ya convince me say in the football no be ehunu wo. But me kona me head a list of countries who have won major tournaments so a. No madua sa ba me ho so say sa de na nya adwuma sa. Yabo World Cup how many years? Close to 100 years. 8 countries penage. Nations Cup, me yes sure say you are more than 10 countries from Africa unqualified for Nations Cup da. About 80% they've all qualified before. There are more than 10 countries who have won the Nations Cup before. So me show performance here. Imagine here me say still the powerhouse. It would deal when it comes to African football. But their first game of born na Emma Menya convinced enough. It's me show Nigeria for no per all these stars. South Africa. Omugita one of the coaches from winning Afcon because tournament I have 24 teams no. Only 3 coaches spend a winning bida.
Right.
At the back, who kita South Africa? Out of the 24 coaches, no, me and Sapo they win bida. And South Africa is lucky to have one. Na dia bia wo ko. Na history bata ho. O advantage kakra. And now after the game, who in Samana Hugo Bruce Eka. Also, the reason why they lost the game in the second half, they say they don't have the physical strength like Mali. That is why they lost the game. And they be anywhere Mali for another bro South Africa for no. So before I was sleeping, no me genuine sad no, as I'm not kind. Then I'm coach Bekasa. Because me sure first half no. I think South Africa for ended the first 45 minutes with a win. What do you persita upon in the Tanton chain? Our mistake 2 clear opportunities as I come say. But because Mali team nim the no more pay. Inti after the summer who then the bomb of first half no. Man to man now who are to contain the Malian team in the second half. And may ya dear to the tournament the Okona will need good goalkeeper. And we are the 2 goalkeepers for Mali and for South Africa. A savior we year in the game. The Malian goalkeeper, arguably one of the best players I saw yesterday. The same as South Africa. Fine, Pesita when any day. Even Bissouma when any day. Now the partnership will allow the no nemfa. Until second half, now coach in the year changes no. So arguably the best player on the pitch was Amadou Hadara. Inti Mali for them convince me, but they got the Omunya 2-0 win. But Omutim they are difficult to break, and they have a good goalkeeper. Me share first half na me who said the 2 center halves need yellow card. Sky South Africa for advantage. By boys no at the adjune for the second half they were determined. A show character. At the half never for the second half. If I coach in the year changes to carry make us be center half na back because now we are cautious. Because Omumi don't nyanya 2 yellow card in the first half. But I'm the ball 90 minutes new year. So before say teams were more disappointed me per the first game from above. But teams were improve. I remember Mali team na baso. Mali, in can we read the history of African football? Obi catch us a Mali in Afcon ni be down. In can ba down to the kakra. But my best then runners up, semi-finalists on several occasions. It was a Ghana come higher than semi-final on 2 occasions. Nti o had the days of educator. Arguably the best player to have come from Mali. 1 or 2 games for Mali. The time Omen to Manje. Benya Frederica Nitemo, Sissoko mo. The only Asian ball Leonie. Diarra.
Last.
What I say, Omen to Manje to be started with the Malian national team. And now may share this crop of players. Seko Kurode, Wehu Bissouma, Amadou Haidara, Diakite, all these players. But I first say, Me show against the big giants when it comes to African football. No my access to my. They are not among my favorite, no, but they're a difficult team to break. Before you score this Malian team, you need to work hard. So it's a good result, and Omunyaya against an experienced coach Hugo Blues South Africa. South Africa team no any quality of players, but they have a team. That is why tournament where me share team binami who say they are relying on individual players and I'm yesterday. To win this tournament, having the players is not enough. By having a team is the most important thing. Quaye South Africa for no extra passes. Almost starting from the back at the back middle. And so they could do Pochettino almost no. Actually, say coach and then sound no team no so. Nana. And I first say idea about coming home tournament where are coaches will play a key role. How did you see the Namibian team? What say?
Solid.
Coaching, they play a key role in tournaments.
You see the changes?
Show the changes. Fine. Me who am Accra when they came to Accra. Last minute, 94th minute. No, I'm not taken against Lagos City Manaya 1-1.
Wow.
Yes, I'm not going to 1-1.
So you need some more endurance.
No, I'm going to goalless draw with Ghana. It will massive. But I'm going to say early days of preparation. But to beat Tunisia, and you're not Nana. Fine. Oh, North African teams now. Tunisia hold the number form. Algeria hold the number form. Egypt 50-50. Maybe our favorite country are born in Morocco. Now it's quite okay because of what they did at the World Cup. But all Shanghai in general, North African team now who are the number from Nana Darkwa. But not against Namibia. So for Namibia to beat them by a goal to nil, the timing of the goal, and in fact, from the 76th minute, crossing the 90th minute, now you can sense the goal neighbor. The kind of pressure Namibia for the sea, Tunisia for the and Mali for Tunisia for but some you saw my horn through the left side. So Munya ball now because they know the strength of Ali Malu. Anytime you're steady forward that, try to create space at the man in Sakni. But it didn't work. The Namibia for defense no was composed. Oh my imagine say what they do Hong Kong, they will find a way to clear it. So I'm working. I'm very much Tunisia for no until say Omunya Sago no. And I force a member Namibia for Abaso. In the history of Namibia, they've not won any game ever Afcon that. So yesterday, into Obabia no ko. A friend in Namibia, winning the first game against a team of winning Afcon 20 years ago. So history, kasa. When they come to this tournament, and I first say, Nana, remember Namibia for Nabaso. Me per the way FIFA, CAF, any sika extra African football. That is why some of these teams they are the best out of them. Their project, how I will prepare more, how I will make confidence against the big giants. I will not be surprised in the year I say 9 countries. They bet Mako World Cup. No, you bet no who surprised team here from nowhere. No Mako World Cup. Maybe. Let you see here over 2006. No, majority of them no Mako that. I don't say one of them pen on our tournament. Maybe that. You go 2006. No, not one country pen on our Kobida. Ghana no Yankoy. Ivory Coast no Yankobida. Togo no Kobida. Angola no Kobida. They all went to the World Cup. Mr. Sadi Nibi. Still a 9 slots for the World Cup because Namibia for ball number boy no. Anyhow, Omodi and you are doing for holding Tunisia for no. Magia to say Tunisia who are then Nangataba from. What they compare the previous years now. Almost probably number 10 year not about second half. They are no more 2019 Obeshe. Wabi Kazri. In recent times, I'm going to get team Kakra. So Tunisia, there is something missing from their team. But I force an Indian came for no, Nana. My member Namibia for Nabaso. So Mutuminya, that slim win no ahead of Tunisia. And of course, Mali, second half result against South Africa. The last one on yesterday's game, Burkina Faso. What a time to announce your presence. Our Afcon. A 1-0 win. The reason why I almost struggle, Adebakwa, Mauritania for strength in the year. They have the tallest player in the tournament. I'm goalkeeper no. Oh no, wapa. Into our stretch and our reach so training sema. Into you never had the first half. And somewhere around the 62nd minute. The chance now Burkina Faso because of the stretch. So any advantage at the moment. But I thought say at the end of the day, no, Bertrand Traoré mo and announced about presence. It was a good win. The me who tournament we no. Nana one hand year. Unya 4 points to qualify. The me who tournament we no. Because Sisiano already know I can still be at without winning their first game. So it means the 10th best placed team no. You don't need 6 points to qualify because already they be dropping points. So it means 4 points can qualify you. Per what I'm seeing, no.
I'm happy you said can, but not well.
Yeah. Just said here, But the calculation how I mean, 4 points could qualify you. Now that's why Americans say tournament where there. I'm just looking at the 8 teams on my free marker 16 teams in the round of 16. But I thought say teams be able to make improve. And baby, I hear what tournament, no. It's one of the reasons why I favor some of these West African side. And now, what was Mali again? Nobody wants a stadium one na.
So Mali no Korogo.
Mali too.
Oh, Korogo no.
Yeah.
For born. It's about 200 kilometers.
Oh, okay.
How many could one share born?
Okay.
So for born.
And the share baby say fiti Accra I ko hina ene hobepe.
Burkina Faso na ball Korogo no.
So Burkina Faso na ball no. It means Burkina no ebe Mali much more than Ghana close to. You can't say what do you call it? Ivory Coast. Obo ben saying
Burkina.
That is what we support Sano. Because the supporters of Munya Ivory Coast. Supporters are Mali for any Burkina for Nya and Ra in their games from boy no. One nine year that the tournament of Munya supports are. What situation no?
So Korogo is approximately 207 kilometers from Mali and 242 from Burkina Faso.
So they're all kind of.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
That is why they are getting that support because and now commentator announced said the Mali game against South Africa no omunya more than 16,000. That is the second highest after the Ivory Coast game.
Sure.
So it means 50 hot Korogo to kwa kwa baba kwa dawo fie. Because about kwa better with Ghana high 200 kwa better with ya kwa hefa. E bia fiti akra kwa hefa na we ya dia. You don't say that once
200.
So e won kakra. Nti I think say ene ya de ba kwa e o advantage o mudi nya abo mo medu sam pempe so nana ma membo Namibia baso. Membo Burkina abaso. And of course membo Mali abaso say ndo munya result o munya no and that quick one.
No, you have time so.
Morocco.
And then 2 matches, right?
Yes. Against Tanzania. And DR Congo against Zambia. Tough game. Who say Morocco force your country back? Almost already any idea and said and what's that? Yeah, they say we won it since 1982. They also won it 1976. So yeah, 42 years, sorry. Almost the near 48 years. And the one that's what I say, you can't mind be say Morocco. And the Omaya Africa football. Because the last time we win here, I can 50 years. So almost the Quaye. And I thought say, if there is a time Omaya Ben Kuruana, I say this time. Because what they did at the World Cup no should guide them. And almost the Pebio ye key for them during the World Cup period. They are available for them in this tournament. But World Cup and come on.
That's true.
Now Afcon ball bonus uncle. Difference woman no. World Cup performance. And then they actually through ho. different from Afcon tournament because Afcon there different tournament on its own. They are what they for neighbor. In your dream coaching play key. That is why you games no. So far as it stands now, one game penny over 2.5.
I'm not saying. Well, yeah.
One game penny, Obiasa 3 goals.
There are 2 outstanding Premier League games today, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go into that one soon.
One game penny Obiasa 3 goals. That is the Malian game. Mali said 3. Obian to me show Obia 3. And I want the African football is here. So coach Bia nim ko first work na todom. Coach Bia. African football no say onyama. You need to find a way considering a difficult at the mouth. What I say, at least Mali was 3 goals. In Canada 2 and now 1. Enti Emma Tanzania for a game with that confidence against Morocco. So I'm not sure how this particular game but I feel say na Morocco for no slight chance 2-0. Slim win 1-0 will not be a bad result. I'm tipping them to pick the maximum win over Tanzania. They don't have a bad team here. In Babwani Samatamo at the Tanzania for neighbor. But don't forget, Unai, Nestri, Amrabat at the Morocco for neighbor. And they have a solid defense in Saiz and Aged. At the heart of the central defense. Nwenya Hakimi, or right back. So, a strong team over the face Tanzania. But remember, Morocco for no a straight win over Tanzania. DR Congo against Zambia. Match when I want to say a match of equals. Match way. Who happen to say a match of equals? That is how me who know. But DR Congo for no say a powerhouse when it comes to African football. They've won it before. Power nation. Recent times, some good players, but don't want to first players.
Senegal won the first match 3-0, not Mali. Somebody just corrected. I think it was a slip of tongue.
So I make Senegal.
Yeah, he slipped.
Okay. So, her situation now. Sanet here. Inti Congo against Zambia. Recent squad Congo for ni nyaye. Omo to men use no. To men friend we need tournament TB. Even after time China is starting here no more dominate. And to men run the Nations Cup proper. So the Imputus, the Casasulas, and Kidiabamo. And remember, we need Afcon in those people that are not more of the fine form. By the new crop of players in the Muti. Chancellor Mbemba, and of course, Kabananga. Cedric Bakambu. I'm no Mabaya wonders, they are the DR Congo national team. But I will say, Ukosia fashion Senkala and passing Dakar. They also have a free scoring side. And they are playing some good football. May call for a 4-time draw in that game. I will not be surprised. 0-0-1-1. Some particular game may end in that. So a game here. May call for a 4-time draw. Just quick one.
Right.
Henderson saw Babaki to Europe.
Yeah.
On Sambra. Now me share the position no. Anyhow, England for behiano for the next Euros. A position me England for so that ni place we be wo. That number 6, number 8 star no. Holding me for this role no. We Declan Rice. Ebi award Prowse.
Calvin Phillips only player on.
Calvin also mo pe be di na fe. He want our story. So it means on the current situation right on and off. Okay, in recent, Omanya players in advanced position, no, any defensive position, no. But a typical 6 and 8, no, a position where England for than the players will be. And I doubt so continue see a kind. I was Saudi Arabia, the chance of making it to the Euro squad, no. A bad thing, dear man. So I don't say, me yan and I agree. Na enye bibia na sika to me ye.
That's right.
Na bia kro no so ansa da anya de so bebre.
Awanji no.
How do I experience? Na ma ben ma obi kro bi so ye ne de.
Obi a need your pay. Everybody and their preferences.
Obi a need your pay on.
Exactly. Sa no pa wudi Okoe di watch. What's that?
So if you obi nya sa de na pa okay.
Anope wudi Koko.
Yeah.
Josiah di watch be 2 anim kraka obu yafu. We see wind there. Yes, we di watch. You feel it?
Watch the crowd obi di 15 minutes di. Obi so here 30 minutes.
Everybody and their preference. You are see there.
But now before say in life na obi be common. Ade we do tum say be 1 month obi nipa we nya ya ne ho tete no.
Nya no kure.
Oh sir.
Dabi.
Bibi sa ni ho.
Dabi. It's a mindset.
Especially we are mature the kakra. Living somewhere without those kind of things.
Dabi a mindset.
E wa adwini mu.
Dabi. Anka wo ndu betwa oti. You live without it.
So before say these are some of these factors. Say Henderson and inside that nji okuro ni so.
Culture no, you see.
And no say one.
Pure British born and bred. If you see a omobo country bia
apart from England. Yeah.
So that culture shock.
I doubt he has played more than 3 teams in his life.
No, like I'm saying, he's basically been an England boy all throughout his life. Until when you are transiting in your career, you don't go to Europe, you don't go to South America, you don't go to America, but you go to the Arab world.
Yeah. A different, I'm going to say a situation. Yeah, we are moved by the money that we are getting.
Yeah, club be could be a beko.
They hear say they are penny and sabeka.
That's it.
That is the most important thing. But for them, if you are new here, it goes beyond money.
Yeah, he might need something that is not there.
Yeah, absolutely. So imagine him say, and no, you one. Now, if the English national team, no, number 2.
But the most,
that is why you want to move.
But the most revealing from your submission is the fact that he wants to be on the plane to the Euros.
Yes.
Obobo Saudi won't come because the last time he came to feature for England, no supporters ni Bruno.
Yeah.
What did I say?
Yeah.
So very dicey. It's a sporting decision.
And this report squad say politically no say Jordan Henderson every England they go see the card about Saudi to make the Saudi league.
Like it became a political issue that he's betraying the supremacy of the Premier League because you cannot be a Liverpool captain. You leave Liverpool and you go to a league that was classified lowly rated until says Cabernet.
Absolutely.
So you are motivated by money to go and promote a league other than yours.
Yeah. No, I also believe you say you're the best.
Into a nobody national team and now we are to promote to be league.
Obakwana, you can say a player from.
But these are issues that were dispelled by Gary Southgate.
Yeah.
Obaka say we need a
Rudu. But they play key role. A very important.
A little.
Calvin Phillips, I'm surprised and but seeing the only different team.
I think it's got to do with his wages.
A key thing. Sometimes a play key role. Yeah. Henderson there came.
Manchester is taking care
Manchester or did more than 300,000.
Manchester United is taking care of Jadon Sancho's wages at Dortmund.
So Ninya play key role. Yeah. Be a team of Benyano. Because I'm before the Calvin Phillips stay. When the situation, even Tottenham Spurs will not be bad. Tottenham Spurs will not be bad. Crystal Palace. Brentford. Because when you declare Rice, we're moving from West Ham to Arsenal, then and Arsenal. The English holding midfielders because the last Euros, it was him and Declan Rice, right? And then Calvin Phillips here on and off. Henderson is here on and off. So I bet Declan Rice. Advanced position, no money problem. Maddison, Jude Bellingham, but you better pick Declan Rice, and that is why some of these players need to move. So all moving go a different team, but more playing time. Net my born the football career. No, Onana say anything. Also, on some can, but this is not the right time.
Exactly.
And then we never hear ya didn't be say. Then they see ya a bad one since say Cameroon minor. And Manchester United acquired. Say Brandt and international home game way, or we are the chair on Samra. There's an agreement. But I saw on so any to was say, oh, game not the next day, what's on the game in Africa? At least the first game you should be out.
I wouldn't say there's like mama now for private jets.
That also another question. Because as nobody started to offer private jet, no. Now come up here soon. Your man assurance be. So why?
But you see, the fact of the matter is that he's been overzealous.
Yeah.
sometimes you have to apply common sense in every aspect of
Yeah.
life. Who boy we who could do Abidjan no? Never was a private jet no. Etna Abidjan, more transited from Abidjan to Yamoussoukro.
Yeah.
The weather in between Yamoussoukro and Abidjan at the time, you know.
Yeah.
Airport authorities named Mamuti as they fly. And Mamuti and they got to Yamoussoukro an hour before kickoff.
Oh, then it's wrong. So beside the thought here.
Oh, Charlie.
So plus I don't be able to you know, Nana. So I was almost situation where and Onana coming to camp no. I'm managing the issue new year. About other players no be hard because Fabrice Ondua in their game was not bad. In the Onana eba, you didn't win your first game, you drew. Until you second game, what didn't say Okoe winning? Changing of goalkeeper. What will the issue about? And on one of your bar, I want to say, and Canada one man, me and I made them me Okoe winning. Until yen na so kofa yan tete every Barcelona. So me so me ya pabere. Bibinti na ndey wo wa power na wo so. So then they see all of a sudden. Waba yen na yen jintu so na abante en kwatena nchen. So it do some movements we are decision making a key. Already no go be strong nanga han or struggle to get results with the Cameroonian national team. After a year in the film, I went to manage the last Nations Cup. Cameroon struggle to even win games or struggle. A month forward, did we say, oh, you're close to some lot of force crack? I want to know tell you, man. Can the performance don't deserve of a war? So, my person measure how our situation in Bessiaco. Anyhow, I'm a situation. Mikel will be on my Pochettino.
Yeah.
Me name the way from the year. But
I'm okay. What in Chrome and can grow bit marker? Not the coach or Omupamno.
chance of one would be if say project be in
Pro Injet under Todd Bowley. No. We can't him the account.
Unza me can abobi. So nim the chance now boy no. No nim chance no hu ni sisi ano. So for say chance no me hu ni sisi ano de. Yenya to boase kakra. But mo also Pochettino ent na ho nche because of the performance. Manchester they are in the market looking for a typical number 9. Already knowing Kuku Jackson debate who plays. So Munya fully fitter. Conor Gallagher and other players. So maybe for some materials never at least they should compete for top 4. But result to be her and the also Pochettino Munya odini ho antiase nim. But I'm supposed to make be more money to boase kakra. At least for this particular season no. Papa ne first study nyama. Make ma assess it. Pochettino year pa. Nana, margin se be from next season. So me for Chelsea for nyan to boase kakra. Nana Darkwa.
9 minutes past 10. Thank you very much, Nanedu, for your fantastic submission. I am Max FM 89.7. This is the Sports Park. And Chena Josiah Okoe. So Eden in Como Eba. You can join us on WhatsApp with your thoughts, your comments, your suggestions on 050-6367-196. 050-6367-196. I'm still reminding you that try and pay a visit to the ultra modern new techno exclusive store on the 2nd floor of the Techno building at Dakuman Junction. Na wanka sa obe tu enum tu aka se baby efe na mobile phones so krum bra na beje odie san se nyoma empenifo dia ba no enya asem ketwa enra bihwe ni pepu ba ha ebi kra de o ma Amazon beto phones ebi betwa pictures of them keke no san koye Tony Beble we just predicted twa pictures
One day I'm a person in koye kakra.
I know there must be an interest. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Good morning, Joe.
Boss, which you have go.
Another catching. Ada second cry.
That's not near the Wakoka. I got a second year. I feel like we
and can I volunteer?
I can 1 year so strong.
Time listen you.
Oh, this is a banana.
Time na new.
Interest kakra.
And I should Tony Bessan at Tony and Namwa.
The guy
they 2 hours.
The guy they take pictures.
Or Kotina was one was Kotina bench is no hey. Tony Chiwina. Say TV be so bo say 8 inches view say 90. And so jina ho na o hwe TV sa.
No hwe bo na say the Onya Park na so.
Oh jai ho no more come out. Say me office no ko ho. Say the ho no more na be go in video.
They have, you know, all the techno amazing phones. Techno almost spark, you know.
Yeah, say omo way food ne so. Yeah, omo food no. And a couple of tablets be. So I think say and no fie pa dia o dia. Faka ne be hwe bi na. Efe we twa picture and then you be twitwa we nyina we sure say we
wan twam hwe.
Oh. Ni o say anga dey train go for say we brochi.
And Tony Benjify.
It's also Maryland. Now ujina supermarket you Maryland.
Atara trotro bi twam mechi o. Or pie or doko.
Say you have go there.
Adum chale.
Say the market say me can Onana say ma say wa say na we can see the Onana say we jaika because
but what do you lose if you don't talk about Onana? I haven't told us.
What do I lose?
Yes, if you don't talk about him.
My listeners and my followers are listening. Yeah. And this is a very critical matter that I have to talk about.
Almost small say be can Onana.
Almost small me oba minimum omo pe.
Okay.
So what you say? But I say Edino, edu was say Udin. Makado say o bobo na your winger. So what you say? O kwanda 17 and 20 na o
Onana na na frame.
Oh yeah, Onana no. Is say me can say na kai me say me come ho asem.
Goalkeeper fit is oba Manchester. Wo do no si boy hu sa. Mo aba Abidjan so so nya no.
Nana suboy no, yes ahofe do beko. But suboy no. Suboy na do beba. So what was say wiase nya hu na em na me kan. Wiase nya na hu. Na anya no ye na nya fine. Then you're fine, but me na dear me Onana some dear me because I don't know Kodem grab. Obi a consider 47. Na no Kodem an ka 3 no be 50.
Wow.
Okodem an ka 3 and no be club and count 50. On kwa den. Na strikers ko mo shahin. Na we go keeper onum goals on kwa 47. January mu ne we yendru baby akiti akran bai.
Boy you no consider 100 goals.
No 47 dey one. He song pe won o mani dem ba ko. Obenu ne ho. Song say oye bema we go be song. Omani dem bako. Say if you love criticize me, who is criticizing you? This is an act of insubordination. Whichever way you choose to look at it. Say yenam hey nana. Even uko military obey before what? Complain. Nya uko chika na also onye de untie. But then I'm wondering, say, what does Onana have to say? What does he have to reveal? Yesterday I was saying it here. Say you are not a Cameroonian legend. Unye legend will be Onana ye shiwobo mu ebeka say na Onana ye unye shiwobo mu. Our biggest achievement is maybe making it to the finals with Inter in the UEFA Champions League or being named as the best goalkeeper in the CAF 11. Asa dem don't know Onana ye obo mu ye hu bida. Anano me share top saves e wo TV so top bay 50 wo dey ba go grade him Premier League. No goalkeepers ijo mu din sa wo dey wo save ba kumpo nim. Not even a single save from Onana. Yekoka was I have things to say. Onana pa ompie ye nya ye phones camera ni we microphones be kwa Abidjan in the years baby omo no. Ni enkotwa no yo ka no nka. Onana has nothing to say. I don't know what Onana has to say. We papa oyo Nana me see ye Nikodem on second game. And I want to say after drawing the first game pressure down so. There's pressure on them because now you have to win your next game. Ye Nikodem Nana no ye shano. Onana sembe mobo. Ona mo oye papa no. Nana wo de mama ntia CEO of Epiphany Warriors and pay Mr. Prosper Ntoso baby obia no. Right. Mechia no emso tie pa enti Mr. Prosper Ntoso baby obia na pay mechia. Nana, there's a story you did on Carlo. Carlo was saying I'm my emotional power. You said someone said say Carlo doesn't deserve or he doesn't get the credit he deserves.
Yeah, Don Carlo Ancelotti.
Nana menini pani adwe. As a papa no yen hye dem mu ne sa. Ba o hwe nia papa we ye obo mu nana. The guy's achievements are being overlooked. As a the we are omo ye Pep Guardiola mo na ade omo coaches no omo agi trophy back na kra no. This man is not being treated like that. But now if you look at this man, Nana, he's a legend. Carlo Ancelotti is one of the best coaches football has ever seen. Onunkwa Europe, coach top 5 leagues. No, coach will be out, Nana. He's coached in Italy. He's coached in Spain. He's coached in Germany. France, England. We coach and in all the top 5 leagues. Nana Waji League. He's won the league in all the top 5 leagues. And we a record. Our coach be anywhere be that. To have won the league, Nana with in all the major leagues in Europe. Don Carlo. Be that. And look at his Champions League record, Nana. That's even what sets him apart from the other coaches. 2002, 2003 with AC, 2006, 2007 with AC, 2013, 2014 with Real Madrid, 2021, 2022 with Real Madrid. 4 Champions League titles. Pep, Epet, me and Sakraji, bro, Bray, then easy. Or Bray and Kasa. But this is a coach, Nana, who has 4 champions. 4. And I was looking through his achievement and as a coach. And as a go and share that yada guy, because I'm looking at the things he's won, individual accolades as a coach, and I'm like, Don Carlo Penny, 1 page, Nana Andrew 1 page. Serie A coach of the year 2001, 2004. League 1 coach of the year 2013. And okay, award no. IFFHS, the world's best club coach, 2007. OG League with AC, 2014. OG Champions League with Madrid, 2022. OG Champions League BM. European Coach of the Year, and also 2003 NOG. But this is a man and an achievement. Just look at the achievement. Where he started from Reggiana before coming to Yakaza Palma, joining AC. Look at how the man has started. And one thing I like about this man, Nana, on Wednesday team Beba. He loves to work. He's as a Mourinho. No. These are the coaches that say they be a person on your BB. So you'll be shocked, even in between the Chelsea and what the second stint with Real Madrid. No, he's coached Everton. He's coached Napoli. So we share a coach with such a rich CV. Now at some point, no coaching Everton, and even at Everton, he won the Premier League of Coach of the Month once. When we have low budget coaches, a coach who doesn't need all the stars in the world. And idea bakwa, yakaya na na emedep. Of course, the pastor kaka is the first to see. There is no better manager in the locker room than Carlo. See, I can't be able to be managing locker room. No, there's a man who was able to work with prime Cristiano Ronaldo, Gareth Bale, Karim Benzema, and he still got the best out of them. Go and check his AC Milan team in 2002-2003. And also in 2006-2007. The year they avenged that, you can say, Istanbul disgrace. No, go and check the teams, the players he worked with. Papa will also hear stubborn sitting. Don Carlo also was small incident, and this man will manage you. When you find a man manager, modern day man manager. And it's scary how the man started coaching long ago, early 90s, but then still, as the methods, and you're outdated. Just look at his style of play now. The coach keeps winning. Everywhere he goes, he wins. But then world football is not acknowledging someone like Carlo Ancelotti. Now, when Okoye England for the Bianca is saying, "Yeah, man, the baby, yeah, man, save you." Say Carlo Ancelotti to win 4 Champions League titles. Now, how many coaches are able to achieve that? How many coaches are able to win even 1? Not to talk of 2, 3, and 4 Champions League titles. Nana. He's one of the best coaches world football has seen. Take it or leave it. Don Carlo. There's a man who won the league, the Scudetto with AC Milan in 2003-2004. That year he won the double with them. 2009-2010 he won the league again with what? With Chelsea. That was in the Premier League. In 2012-2013, Okoe PSG, he won the league again. In 2021-2022, Nana, he won the league with Real. And even before that, in 2016-2017, he won the league, the Bundesliga with, you can say, Bayern Munich. Tell me how many coaches, modern day coaches, are better than this man. all the obo ni team ebo since the early 2000s. She insisted about Carlo. And the guy has been able to work with multiple Ballon d'Or winners. There was a guy who worked with Kaka at AC Milan. And we saw the best of Kaka. The Kaka that Real Madrid bought up, they couldn't get the best out of him. We saw his best under Don Carlo. 2006-2007. The season they won the Champions League, he scored 10 goals for Don Carlo. Nana. Yeah. It was a Obi Oha Nana Sani Viasity. Obi baby ketwa. Bank of Obi Boajin Susa. Obi Suha Nana Nyawa Yenas or no. He doesn't even speak much about it. Because 4 Champions League titles.
It's not a mean achievement.
And in between, time was the first one. 03-04. And the last one was just as recent as what? 2021-2022.
He doesn't get old, huh?
No. David. You see what I like about this guy? Nana, the way Obono, San Obu 52.
Don Carlo.
No, this guy, Nana, during his time with AC, that was when the Italian teams, Nana dominated the English teams. They dominate at some point, even under Ferguson. AC Milan met Manchester United. Nana, that was the year Kaka won the award. And you see, he commands so much respect. Say, today, even if you should call Zidane, Zidane said, the coaching methods, Nana do want to you mentioned Ancelotti. Because the Ancelotti template, and all the winners are train not twice. The Ancelotti template. So if you work under the best coaches, Nana, you always learn a lot. And I know, say Zidane, Onimpa said, coach your coaching now. It was this guy who gave him what? The platform. Because after 2013-2014 Barcelona won, and that was when their dominance started. 3 on a bounce. The man went Oko Bayer, Eko Chinchi Oko Napoli, Everton. He comes back to Real Madrid, Nana, and he also starts to win again with them. And he's one of the most decorated coaches of all time. Yes, if he's a pep, no more. You see, these are the coaches that are the team poor budget, a low budget, or the baby.
Okoe Everton, then Okoe.
Oh no, Everton, no, they were not struggling as now. Okoe Everton, we also James Rodriguez, Calvert Lewin. This was the man.
But he didn't make Everton any better.
It's not about being better because of the state in which they found themselves.
Okay.
Relatively, if you had given him a team beat to say Tottenham, maybe he could have challenged with Tottenham. Because Everton's budget was low. Their striker at that time was Calvert Lewin.
That's right.
Calvert Lewin is not one of the best strikers. Top 10 ground friend Umbodidi. And that was the time we saw the best out of James Rodriguez. Obekaya, there was a game City. He was the man in charge of that team. Omuchi City no more phone.
City lost that game.
They lost that game. It's a big game manager. Nana, someone who can manage big egos, big names. Nana is Don Carlo. But we know I say on baby for 5 years people don't really see. But you see this Madrid team. None of this Madrid team ordinarily, even before the season started, no one was calling them contenders because they've lost Benzema. But look at what he's doing with Jude Bellingham. When you Kaka in a different mode. I always talk about that the 4-4-2 diamond formation. That's the formation he's been playing now. See, as a papa, no best Sergio. He's so simple, say. Nana, people, even the players, understand the philosophy. Look at how he's managing a 37-year-old Luka Modric. Toni Kroos. Look at how he's managing him to the extent that even the German national team is considering calling him back for the Euros. Because Bono, young boys they go on the team Mobi. And all thanks to a manager. Usha, he is able to blend youth and and experience. So when you go to AC Milan, players like Costa Keta, Kalazzi, Maldini, Nana, they were able to play for long. Shevchenko, look at Filippo Inzaghi. These players played for long because they felt okay under the coach. Kakampo, and yes, Real Madrid buy or this Kakesi buy. Nana, maybe Kaka wouldn't have even moved. This is a coach that players are always loyal to. Into a coach player, didn't say player and back and say me call. And look at how happy Real Madrid players are. Look at how happy they are. Vini Jr., Rodrigo. Nana, like Okoe team own. Yeah, one say unte I say we like you don't hear all those things within his team. Because team beats Real Madrid. Mourinho ne wo Nana. And can they be a jazz or but look at how he manages all these players. I think that we don't sing his name enough. No, see, FIFA, you near me, Jans and Shaw very tired before people actually come to notice his achievements in football. He's won the league in all the 5 major leagues. 5 major leagues: France, Spain, Italy, Germany, England.
Ancelotti.
What you own now? No, what you baby? You see, but you didn't be any near your face. On both flashy football, no. He's just a simple man, tactical man,
Pragmatic and effective.
Nana, tactical. It could be Barcelona for. Then tia papa de chio man no more. But they don't understand. Because the guy will go with a simple tactics and won't mean shano. Someone peromunsi will be man, start to be man. Because this guy is one of the greatest coaches of all time. Nana, take it or leave it. He's just a great man.
Don Carlo.
And yes, what not Chisiga no. I'm just that not Chisiga to say Bemeni. Nana.
Yes, sir.
John Mikel Obi say Ebepamo Pochettino. I can't know mama back pass you know.
No, talk about the message, not the
No,
message.
me, I'm just trying to discuss.
No. Let's talk about the message.
Yes, but I'm describing the messenger.
Player men know we are on my back pass.
The men can't on my back pass. Men can't say play be new year on my back pass. As someone make can say player na because I'm sure no be a real fino.
John Mikel Ubo Nigeria ni play Obama Chelsea.
Yes.
Was it coach ni or that Chelsea bobu kuna. 1 to 2 no year. Nti ubaya
me description now ma but then obi on kai John Mikel Obi no but kai player now my back pass be brain no
obi akai no now obi
na as yebo ongos ah who player bi akai yebo ongos na edu who player akai
no unya buche ongo dey enter the back pass
I say make us
back pass 30
na
no bi na back pass as say
oh nya ze your coach di anga say ye man ntne
come and go reverse
that was John Mikel Obi say poach ahwe ye pa wo no menene ya drink onya you see ne ono the Chelsea that time Chelsea no Nana they were a very very competitive side and now the owner was ruthless. Now owner no because of investments ne or no at the as Oboni say video game team not managing that's a video game man because there was money and he was pumping and he was getting the best players so there was no time for failure 1-2 seasons one Bomodian yabe pamo even Di Matteo who won the Champions League with them Nana didn't even last a season after that so that time it was a very competitive Chelsea but he needs to understand say times don't change and you look at Chelsea and what they are trying to achieve because Pochettino, it looks like his job is not even under threat. Why? Because of the direction Chelsea are deciding to go. And the kind of faith that they have in the guy. In the negotiation table, no swa. Chelsea are just a point below Manchester United. Manchester United no almost show no big games or more Anfield, a draw or Chelsea are show. They are just a point above Chelsea. Even considering the injury situations within the club. Ben Chilwell hasn't played the games about this season so 5. In Kukuba, Jackson is in Africa playing now. But then the guy is still getting the best out of the lives of Raheem Sterling, Kopama, Conor Gallagher. Now you see, and these are some of the positives. Even Malo Gusto. They are young right back. Sometimes you see, honest. Now sometimes are very objective. It's about the plan, the projections. Team no omo boss saying omo boye results na nyedeng emba. Individually are some of the players developing? Yes, they are. And you bet match now argue about Kopama all day. Say no penalties no heading or share. But then another guy is what? Is developing under Pochettino. That's the kind of manager he is. He develops what? Talent. Nicolas Jackson, he ought to be good. But then the most important thing is that he's scoring. Only Shempono, Nana, he's scoring goals. Look at Mudryk. Mudryk hasn't been the best since that big money move from Shakhtar Donetsk all the way to what? England. But now, even under Pochettino, you can see glimpses of what the guy can bring. So I believe say I can't say results at Tunchea. The results at baby Adana. You look at the guy, what he's doing with this Chelsea team, and how most of these players are are developing under him.
Yeah.
It's because Obi catch him say no, that Chelsea team wasn't developing players. The time no, they developing players. The time no, they were not looking at the long term because most of the players were already winners. They've won under Mourinho. Mourinho built your mentality. The likes of John Terry, Didier Drogba, Frank Lampard, Joko, already they were monsters. They were winning monsters. But you can't compare that team to what? Cole Palmer, Nicholas Jackson. These are young guys. Into your case, yes, I understand every coach is being hired to be fired. But then sometimes there are some exceptions. Because Chelsea will look at the table and they'll say that despite your awful season, we are about 14 points behind the leaders, Liverpool. Because Chelsea, I think, are 13, Liverpool 45, into 15 points. Into year in we are 5 games or 5 wins from what? The top of the table. So it's not as bad as people think it is. And this season, the guy hasn't been taxed to what? To even qualify for you. That's a bonus. They are asking him to what? To just manage the team, at least finish the season and build what? A team. To show individual players we are who born more born. You understand? Say no. That's why the fact that the result isn't coming. Most of the players individually are what? Are developing. And this will be the same players you will fall on next season. Ebedro no muso mai do mo dwum edin ebie. Nana Shebo are still enable. To the extent say they are considering him for what? For the Euros. Now Sterling is one of the best free kick takers in the league. All thanks to what? A coach like Pochettino. Yeah. It's in here where John Mikel Obi can say one share. I don't think so.
Right.
I don't think so. The guy will be given enough time to do what he can do with the team.
Be water.
Oh, then you see, sure. What him say? It's a debut. Mekasa and confront team say, especially the United fans. When I tell them Chelsea are playing better than United, and Ten Hag will be sacked even before Pochettino. Now you can mark it anyway.
All right.
Only me and but I'm telling you, we've been there and back. And we know what we are talking about. Who the Pochettino see her, now the Ten Hag see her. Yamfa on my point on Margin Tunche. Nana, who is doing a better job and who is developing his players better? And it's obvious. Coach, developing the players here. Even when Kopaba came, we all thought he wasn't good enough. But look at the kind of football. Now he's becoming what? A creator and a scorer for Chelsea. Can you even compare Anthony to Kopama? No, Nana, you can't. Anthony is not even good enough to lace Kopama's boots. 80 million compared to 40 million. Coach Bakwakoto 80 million. Nana, 80 million. He doesn't even know what to do with it. Obiako talk 40 million and he's developing him. That is the difference between the two coaches.
Charlie.
Nana.
Assembly team arguing so. Where they ask me I late kaka.
Nana Kasa.
And I'm a jumero a footballer.
Na I don't know.
Mr. Maso Techi.
That's all Bobo. I know one shade pro, one kind pro. Bobo.
There be a woman who saw Bobo.
Bobo, the Bobo.
I want to be giants.
Oh, the Bobo. Say,
Afcon or Bobby.
Obo Afcon. Oh, Nana Jaha grown up.
Oh, Techno paying for charity match. How many JJ coach are more Bobby?
Ojinemu Bobby.
Wow.
Hey.
Ojinemu Bobby na mpese mbisa so position. Me uno.
Oh, these are the players Pochettino needs to develop.
Oh, really? I'm just seeing the pictures. So, techno officials, eh?
No, I saw me who powerful. No, no, Shebi, but me
forget your own player.
They are not French.
Yeah, they're so French.
For the Brofo, and now guess nature French.
I'm manager. I'm seeing Mr. Maso Techi.
Wow. Who touches now?
She said, we are on looking past.
Hey,
we in any to. Wow.
Only
Chinese for being JJ coach Amone Eyimo. Elaji Diof mo.
Oh, nice. Now we was here. And any Facebook.
I want to make sure.
Oh, yeah. Me sure some go for person one share.
Wow. Okay, I'm going to Techno mobile for almost a page.
I'm page home. Mr. Maso
Asamoah who na Asamoah no obo Mr. Maso team no.
Into now you also boss that team no.
There be ya no Mr. na ya only Elijah Diouf.
And the whole team back.
And the whole team back. And the Jojo coach amona Mr. Maso teaching Asamoah so another team.
You see, wait, Pochettino kind of place, you know. Oh, when the Pochettino winya, what you young war stars no.
Okay, it's almost a legendary charity match organized by Techno for bolstering community development and youth empowerment.
In Tiano, almost after the tournament,
Ghana,
they will come to Ghana and
other countries.
Nana Chalomo Yadi. I nearly said the same thing about Namibia. Namibia's biggest football project was in 2017.
Wow.
And then they've been able to record their first victory
In an Afcon game.
Their biggest. It was under FIFA and one you can say German football you can say Weibi organization in 2017. And today look at Namibia. Nana made Namibia baby. Asam now I can come akuma.
Yeah.
Why am I emotional?
Wow.
Nana, this is a team. This is their only you can say their 10th game in the history of the Afcon. 98 Burkina. Nana, they drew one game. Ghana 2008, they were there. So and also they drew just one game. Just recently, Egypt 2009, they were also there. Nana, and the only winning game, 2019, yeah. And just yesterday, they recorded their first ever win in the history of the tournament in their 10th game. And it didn't come up against any Yakanze Mino, Nana. It was against Tunisia. Team where any boy, Lagos City is new on boy. We thought Nana they were bad side. But you see, because Nana,
the thinking was Namu Lagos City Gromont
the blasters and so Abodro into Okoe. And look at the group where they find themselves.
Yeah.
Nana should group of home. And tournament you are boy. The moment I secure 3 points, no, Nana, you should know that 9 back in knockout stages.
Halfway through, huh?
Yeah, because all you did now is to at least a draw. At least only one draw count and why then we just get one more draw. Look at the kind of football they played yesterday. I was shocked. And this is what you call when investment meets determination, what hard work. 3 points, Nana. When investment meets determination and hard work. Yes, we invest in our coach. Look at how in the first half, the kind of chances they created in the game, they missed 3 big chances. Nana,
Charlie, did you see the guy? What's his name? Dion Hoto. Damn, proper baller. And
Nana,
who was talking about coaches influencing games? Nana,
Nana was not talking about it.
One number 9 not in the Bemuno. Do you see the cross he gave to Toto?
Now who the way? Good.
One
Sandra, ni eka yane Sam Johnson ekasa. We spoke about how he was able to go down.
What's that boy no call tough for?
And he other no one and other ball no
cross ball no.
And just look at the goal he scored.
And you see the Hoto's free kick?
Nah, yet now won. I say,
but I know mutala kasim me. I say half corner no pa. And I didn't understand. I didn't interpret it well
from an investment
perspective.
From an investment perspective,
Charlie, this Afcon is highly unpredictable.
Nana, so far wins are 4, I think 5. So far games are Yabonina. The rest have been draws.
And today marks the end of
the first round.
Wow.
And it looks like all the big teams on Mabonina, who shaped or more a year one-sided. Who is Senegal, ni Cote d'Ivoire. Asa. And let's say even Burkina against Mauritania. Look at how long it took for them to break the deadlock and get the win. Nigeria haven't won a game. Egypt haven't won a game. Algeria haven't won a game.
Ghana.
Yeah, big boys in Yankaho.
I'm your big boy.
They're among your big boys. Since Africa rank outside top 10, I'm your big boy.
Right.
And look at what Namibia are doing, Nana. Sometimes and they share Zambia. If there's one team, share Africa, they share ding. I've not seen any team play like Warriors like the Zambian team.
The Copper Bullets.
Abraham Grant.
Yeah, he's the coach of that side. It'll be interesting to see what he brings.
I'm telling you, Nana, and you didn't Africa born and maybe I get first Sam Johnson. No, I catch up. I say European born, there's no Africa ball.
Yeah, he's fair.
Those who share in your look at the Mozambique Egypt game. They share in your ding. Oh no, they bobo. No,
they be in
your ding. Nana, because if you don't have that strength, when you don't be more. Because at this stage, you boss our European flair football, baby. Hano be a chum no car, not don't pay, also don't pay cano. I will be there, not near Bob. Nana, they deserve it. At this point, see, Team Biobe winning, Nana, they deserve it. And Namibia deserves it.
Charlie, some guy, I beg you. You're about to wrapping up, right?
Yeah, man, I can't come with you.
Charlie, your guy be both rough.
I know, Jose.
Kumasi boy J Flex. Udo we are making.
Nana, I'm informed. Na me kasaba ko crack and one my team with you.
The book class 7 okay. I say Nana Darkwa. Good morning. This is the reason I love listening to Max Sport. You know, I've forgotten about the Australian Open. Nana, please, is Nick Kyrgios and Rafael Nadal playing? Nana, this is Kumasi boy J Flex in mind. Oh, we are not the two of there. I find it difficult to understand the two guys you are dealing with in the studio. How can you use over 10 minutes to talk about one coach without talking about tennis? It's obvious they don't like tennis. But at least you are doing this for us. Some of us really love sports apart from football. Kumasi boy, Josiah sometimes deals with Australian Open. Like I said, the Afcon has taken over our minds.
Exactly.
The Ancelotti fever also got him unaware. Sorry about that.
And so tennis, yeah, ben one hour bit match now tennis. So no one him say.
Me kofre yaba. Kwame Juma any situ. No matter Formula 1. Amano.
And you be up be on your.
Thank you for Formula 1.
Na Katen say fiti echine ko yebema update. Why? Sina ye ndi bia no.
Tony Beble suit me cricket.
Oh no, me say no. Nana me there are very few sports I've not really followed.
My name is Lil E. Why you, Josiah? When it comes to Chelsea and Man United, you always say Chelsea have injury problems. Why do United have no injury players? This man, Josiah, thinks he knows football. But hey, Charlie, I was saying, after spending 1 billion, you are still in the 10th position. You, Josiah, tell me Chelsea are better than Man United. Okay. And you send a message and you are happy to say someone knows nothing about football, but you think you know something. Lil E, you must be ashamed of yourself. We don't entertain this behavior here. I'm sorry. Okay? Try to respect the people's opinion without being disrespectful. Respect his end. Good morning, Max FM. Please, how are you doing this morning? And Nanedu, this tournament, Ghana is out. Ghana can't score Egypt or Mozambique. Let's look at how Namibia and Mali played yesterday. That's football. Today, Group A. Which team is playing first? I didn't hear any transfer news about Liverpool. I'm Williams, Adams, the Psalmist, inside Dodua Voti. This one says, good morning, Max Sports. Tomorrow the Black Stars will win. Eben is my name. I say, where is Barcelona now? Now Barcelona, Omuko baby. This one says, good morning, Nana. You are doing great work. Congratulations, Nana. Believe it or not, tomorrow, 3 goals. Ghana 1, Egypt 2. Oh, it's going to happen because those Ghanaian people are not serious. So please, I beg, tell us the management that I beg them they should do something better for us. So may God help us. My name is Gordon Koku Godoga or Peje in the Volta region, Ho West. This one says, good morning, Sheikh Nana. Okay. Good to hear you are back on Max FM. Tell Josiah that Carlo was beaten mercilessly by Xavi from the time Xavi took over. Just this season, he has beaten Barca twice. He should check the head-to-head against Barca. Why? DJ Boss, Ewala. We used to say, good morning, Nana and the entire sports crew. Don Carlo Ancelotti is a headmaster in coaching. Most people don't recognize him much because he doesn't talk or shout much on the touchline like the way other top coaches do, but the man is a gem in coaching. This is Evans Acoustic, listening live and clear from Shy Hills, Kodiabe. We say good morning to you all in the studio. I'm doing the listening live at a Shaman Fita line, Nana TCL. Tell Nanedu that Egypt versus Mozambique's match produced over 3.5 goals, and the match ended 2-2. Not only Senegal's match only produced over 2.5 goals. My greetings to my lovely wife, Doreen, at Asham and Fita line. This is your boy, Amount. We say good morning, Max Sports. In fact, if Onana were to be in the same level with Kotua, Edison, and Allison, he will control the African continent, including CAF. We are tired of Onana. This is Isaac Tay from Shy Hills. Nana Darkwa, have you? Okay, I'll see. You have noticed this Josiah's mindset on also you have noticed this Josiah mindset on Onana. Sometimes I think Josiah had personal issues with Onana before he became a goalkeeper from the way he passionately criticized the goalkeeper. He started from day one that he replaced De Gea at Man United. I wish Josiah tell us why De Gea still has no team if really is the best goalkeeper in Man United's history. Kofi Nkaswa goes on to say, Carlo Ancelotti has been sacked before by Real Madrid, PSG and Bayern for bad results, so nobody should make it seem like he's been perfect in all the clubs he has coached. I'm not under any rating, or say I'm not underrating his achievement, but sometimes we shouldn't over-exaggerate too. Nobody has disrespected his achievements. Josiah over-exaggerates too much. This is Kofi from Kaswa. Kofi is back at Josiah. Good morning, team. Onana should be very careful. Otherwise, he will concede 4 goals from Senegal. This is Kiss at Kissiman. Hi, good morning, Nana. How are you doing today? I'm fine. Ali Cisse and his boys will win the African Cup of Nations for Senegal. This is Courage from Adenta Mother Love. This one also says, good morning, my name is Ayuba Halilu from Pram Pram, but now in Kaswa. I've said this over and over again, but Pochettino won't take Chelsea to where the club wants to go, looking at the investment the owner is putting into the club. Julian Nagelsmann would be the man. I'm not campaigning for him, but that's the truth. Ayuba Halilu, Kaswa. Thank you, sir. This one says, good morning, Nana. Don Carlo is above all haters. All right. Hala Madrid. I see your friend Amamre or Shaiman, Mexico Lane. I see if Onana did not do anything football, then leave him alone. Hey, Emmanuel. Well, see, good morning, Nana TCL, Nana JC TCL, Nanedu, Josiah, Mutalaya, Kubo. I'm all blessed to have you and your adorable sports panelists today. Please let Nanedu hear the likes of Seychelles, Djibouti, Eritrea, Lesotho, South Sudan, Sao Tome and Principe, Chad, Central African Republic, Eswatini, Somalia have not qualified for the Afcon tournament before. And with the Ghana Black Stars team, we are going to beat so we're going to beat Egypt and Mozambique to qualify for the next round of the African Cup of Nations tournament in Ivory Coast. Greetings to Morning Stars players. This is from Ghetto Usino, inside the old bank, Momo Ventures. We say, hi NDG, good morning to you. Hey, Xavi Kra don't understand him. Oh. I think it's time for him to go. This is your boy, Scatter. All right. This one says, good morning, Nana. The show is loud and clear inside Adenta, and I'm happy to hear your voice again. Please tell me Ghana can win this tournament. Promise, Ahaji. This one says, good morning, Max Crew. Welcome back, Nana Gyasi. Gracias. I'm proud of Africa. I'm really enjoying good football. This tournament, we can't separate the boys from the men, but we'll separate the best from the men. Gone are the days we used big names to play football. Wish Black Stars all the best tomorrow. Black Stars is our own. Let's rally behind them. I blame the Cameroon FA. Onana should have been given a deadline date, like he wouldn't bother himself coming, knowing very well that he won't play. This is Joel from Bubuashi. Thank you, Joe. This one says, Nana, tell your guy that Senegal also scored 3 goals. Evans Goku, Nananum from Mepe in the Volta region. All right. We also say, hello, Max Sports. Hope you guys are doing great. Please, if I may ask, what is the Ineos people doing for United? No new signing. Nakasasa. Sorry for not staying in touch with you guys. My phone got damaged and I just bought a new one. And you didn't come to Techno to buy it. And why young papa? Level or NK City. May you guys be blessed. Next time you pass by, you grab yourself very good Techno mobile phone. Okay, where we going now? We'll be going for a break very soon. But before then, this one says, good morning, Mr. NDG. Hope you are doing well. Keep pushing the show to the highest level, for God is with you. More fire. I'm doing the listing from Cowbell Industrial Area, Accra. You are the fireman. Thank you very much. God bless you for your kind words. Well, it's good morning, Nana. Kindly wish my son, Okateche Nyako Chenefo, aka Cappuccino, of my Redeemer School at Sotium, a happy birthday. Or say, good morning, Nana. Kindly wish my son, Okateche Nyako Chenefo, aka Cappuccino, of my Redeemer School at Sotium, a happy birthday. And it's from his parents, Mr. and Mrs. Nyako Chenefo of Sotium. All right. Okay, inti chale Okateche Nyako Chenefo. O daddy ni o mommy say happy birthday. Good morning, Nana Darkwa, Thiago Silva, and I'm from Thiago Silva. I'm from Kafu. Nana Darkwa and your sports team. I thank God for your lives. This Afcon is going to be. There's going to be upsets throughout too. Look at how Namibia outplayed Tunisia yesterday. This is chauffeur GH texting from Antieku warehouse. Okay. Good morning, Nana Darkwa. Upon carefully watching the Afcon matches so far, I'm convinced Ghana can't qualify from the groups. You can't win African Cup with Europe's mentality and the players, and all the other countries are playing with strength and agility. From Akins, Tema Community 2, Italian Flat, Block D. So we'll go for a break. When we return, the Black Stars will be big on our agenda. This one before the break says, good morning, Nana Darkwa. I'm very happy that I and my family have been counted among the living. Much grateful. Nana, please, I heard that Kudus is fit and can play against Egypt. How sure is it? For the Black Stars, hoping we beat Egypt tomorrow. Greetings to my wife, Mrs. Rosina Edu. Much love. This is genuine from Dakuman. This one says, good morning, Max Crew. Kudus is injury-free and should be ready for Egypt's game. The technical team should stop throwing dust into our eyes. Ogum for the selection. Chris to do the coaching. From Public Enemy. Inside Adakase. That's an interesting one. All right, it's 52 minutes after 10 on the Sports Park on 89.7. Proudly brought to you by Techno Max by Star Times. We're going for a break. When we come back, the Black Stars will be big on our agenda. Don't flick your dial. We're right back.
IMAX quality modern standing fans are vital on hot days. They cool you with good airflow and to aid sound and longer sleep. They are secured with anti-rust mesh grille and enhanced super speed motor for durability. The powerful 3-speed control allows you to adjust the airflow with an optional brighter bulb which illuminates the room. They come in 3 types and energy saving affordable too. Available in all Max Buy outlets and leading shops in town. Call Max Buy now on 0302 750 308 or buy online www.maxbuy.com.gh or follow us on Facebook IMAX Electronics. For bulk purchase, contact 0245 240 983. Choose super reliable IMAX fans. Choose smart life. IMAX. Smart life.
Embrace the all-new IMAX 32 Android television with advanced modern tech, which gives you an improved viewing experience and unlimited pleasure. The
and it will be wrap up time when it's the next 1 hour into Shannon Sumaye. I am Max from the Sports Park Jumedina Utiena and I send come up for Techno Mobile Omo Etaichi sounds so and Max by leader in home appliances and electrical gadgets. Start time say bit me enjoy digital life if you sabria kusi 31st of January Omo watch this runku edma wumwa onion baby dijuma inti Shannon sona fama Ghana Black Stars so ena ye drew no said ye ni enim no nyoma koso e Black Stars na so ye na enra Kudus a full scale training when it team no etimi a trainer chese bibia to tona kwema na say obe ready for Ghana Kinsia womu ene Egypt ebobo nyame aduma echna sanso so ena supporters who sem kakra ho okay say no aye ne yampofo anka twetwe komo free eye Abidjan ibusa na say entia ye nsa kan say supporters ni bi ebonyo sanse Koye no nyoma empenifo hye ombosi de bemu mu no yemfe ma wo mu ene yeda sorry say o say de ekire din Adrian and Penifo Coma supporters no $400 each. Just a why do Koibia, what you says can be now the best home. We and Seman and also Eba in T. Say there. The question is: are Ghanaians fans still stranded or they are better off now after Sasika sit Yedi Amomwe? Into the focus is on the Black Stars. No preparations at 2 p.m. later today. I think it's 2:15, right? There's going to be a presser. Jordan Ayew and Coach Chris Hutton and about address it media no enti Shannon soon. Now for my end, Chris Hutton is under pressure to deliver. Onwanga zenim when akumum sechna ebukama na say bye bye and Obama Ghana for. So the stakes are high and it's a big game by all standards. Okay, so now no Ghana ni Egypt share under Coach Kusia Pia. Ghana share Egypt a couple Porinsia. Egypt a team bako a Ghana 2-1 ewo Cairo. Now we're going to the phone lines. Now unu ni pene ba bekasa. Hey, asemo. Papa we there you can't supporters base in Ghana. I think you cannot mention supporters without his name. Nidim party Abraham Cancer. Na agudi enti ye friend Apirugu Chakapama. Or ye pioneer. So telephone so a fresh sports mom na shas your Ghana how. But right now, or a big man only this supporters group no. Hi Abraham, good morning. Good morning, Abraham. Abraham Pacho Bibia Boko.
Pacho Bibia Boko.
Yo, Afisha Panso, Yada se Yano Kasana, Wajatum se Obeni Ebakasa, Nyamisha Bibri.
Mesumi Damase, Mojuma Moyene, Mote, Monkoso nye Ejuma Papa.
Let me catch a Nana Josiah said, Ghana Adie, you can't talk about supporters base without Apirugu Chakapama, and I'm a Cambone.
The Biunka Boni, a sense, said you see can ne quanson, a sense, a mubino, a Madaroma, a futu amodema yeti, and a Juman so Amuka say yen and Gusua ye, in Ghana for crap. I bet testify Juma Pa ye, Intinunde, so about Ghana supporters are truly indeed said you will see a canon, Sape Penny City.
Yes, we are for Quaye Swabo Abaso for all your struggles and your sacrifices over the years. You know, say, when you could do baby papa, yada sinyamisha. Nampa chobu kodu ya asitinemu to saying, apart from say Quebec share Ghana and no Arehoba and no, what is the general feeling among the supporters?
Well, Arehoa ye di the Arehoa. You lose against Cape Verde because Yapa yes you lose so much, you know. Because before getting into this game, you know, I think Cape Verde crown a friendly match will lose. So we were thinking, say, we didn't bet 3 points, you know, not to say way forward. Quaye be first wa Egypt, Mozambique ni etumi asho mo bet ankoba ne sa eti blues ni de nyame ni na ya bet asetena mu wa ha sei no de bibia koso kama mempanyifo from Ghana ye free Ghana ye ba mempanyifo hu si ade asa e wo si ye didi eti mempanyifo mai ska se mfantos eduane wo border na no. That was the first year commitment omu show ye ye ba be du nso no ye wura ye dem adetiye na mpanyifo $400 each of every one of us asi entino bibia ekoso except say nipa ba ku mienu bi na omusika monsanka but no kran ye ni mpanyifo akasa very soon I'm sure say the omusika be mom but inti ha say die nyame ni mu ni haye baaye no bibia ye kama ekoso kama
ya das mbacho nti enye no krese mumu bi ye stranded ama na afa kwa mo beda krapo eyasem no kra bi animo
no kra bi anim say ya ye stranded to the extent say enye no kra na mom no de ewo ha sei ni say obi wo ho na dwen ye ni say oba ye be man dan ba ko no nko adam but enye sa na tie even ya going to a previously yet to Nukran and Tessa.
We'll get back to a pure good soon, okay? Now, our boy and come on, I was a scan and bazzy for $400. Abraham.
Yes.
Enti no krabia nim.
No krabia nim.
Wow. Na ampase na ewo se mpenifo ma musika bia enra ena mpenifo ba mu hotel ebe chiche scan ma wo mu na anya bia esi obakufo bi enya $400 eno kre.
Like I'm saying, the American from the beginning he said, Dana ebabe do her na dikie, and I'm paying for buy better chess at $400 each. And said a bit more cassette. And in my speech, you know, me say nipa ba kumienu bi and amwenya omodie.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Na omono sa afo no so no ya report to the ama minister na pamfo. It definitely, you know,
challenges with transportation and other logistics are here to ensure your stay is good. Bibia kama.
Yes, I mean, I think the Bibia koso kama na. I say, yeah, March. And then I bought March in mom say ticket in some ticket in a say kakra. In penny-form the ticket in the banana, more traffic in you're going to the stadium, no. In fact, yes, match na near Wabonte, na I feel near Quaye Bra Stadium. But I think that challenge, you know, you're meeting, I'm sure, sir, your next match, some mistakes, you know, in CBO.
All right, Abraham, say, okay, supporters, leaders, no. Apart from Timamufu Omuti Abidjan omu supported team no ubetimi do ani aka mu Ghana supporters amufi kroma koye mo ye best send the organized groups amukoye no.
The organized group I'm talking about Ghana supporters. If it's Ghana supporters alone as some now we are about 200.
Oh, okay. But
around 100.
All right.
But when you are talking about the
general.
There are other supporters around. We are looking at about 1,000.
Wow.
We are looking at about 1,000. Yes.
Wow. Abraham, anano Ghana ni
no.
Kevet boy ombowie supporters ni bi se ba kufo bi ekoye ni amon sembi echre coach ne blaster players no amane yati se eninti Ghana for wo ben team na security for no ejojo wo mu anya bia bibisa afo asuma na mpodi wani ehu bi.
Well, I think the matter say supporter be attack coach no Emma ananka police in sensemu bem but coach ni ka say no yenye ne fia sem ne ho kone abane ade but minim the particular supporter or yes but any supporter free at Ghana we ye supporter awu krum hase and no yes adwuma again we are yet to know the person because me anka some be se na nipa no enze nipa no be sha ade fo ni bi there's oye Ghana ni and ebe yes ade as at now me ni amen call campo afi na me pese me call campo ntino campo no nim de ekoso campo it is say ye see ebimu kwan because of the ne ya Ghana ni ya eni nti eno de mintumi nkan ho asem because afi na me call campo but of course automatic say obi tumi attack coach na which we condemn supporters yes ani amani enye say so ye betumi asori aye said ye pebia but if he say yes ani support team o support team in good time and bad time o support team and yes o come more problem and yes o de ehun ko she players ehun ko she coaches I don't think so betumi nya results when you are putting fear into coaches and then players so ye dey condemn abrante no ye hu na ka yesu ye bema na ehu say yesu support test ye ne ye mpanyifo because when 9 times amaba Afcon no at least I was say and yes efi kika ye and then so do the executives so am come ho ebi mo about 7 times 8 times near there experiences no say ye gina ho na obi misbehave sana this is not how to support ni nyina ya de yeso higher pan ye minia.
Okay, maybe jam wako now. What is the general feeling among you guys as far as qualification is concerned? Niti tukranich na match no mo etimo say.
Well, I think say the other can say a china match no Ghana from far and Paibonta iti bibia no with them Paiboshimo ye ayeni Namibia ebo friendly match e ma ni omo bo 0-0 and then Namibia ti Tunisia sheno yes we betumi aye another North African country in Namibia Egypt I believe say to two anyama year yes we betumi aye Egypt ma yes so enya baby papa ejina Ghana from Paibo entirety.
Right now, yes, Ghanaian supporters are muko Afcon and now no pama press conference or Abidjan and Ukraine. Dia na kofa press conference ibae.
No pato ya no crazy ya press conference na ni nyina gina niama mienu de di kan no ya nuanom journalist for no media for no bi aye story na story no mo chere say Ghana for Ghana supporters yeah say second match yen support near bankai because ya hotre because mpanyinfo ni ndini yi nti ye bankai na yes yes protest ni na mpanyinfo $400 MI it was here clear say no antisa anya sanity mpanyinfo no ye ba inshase no omo my chop money di she ye ho say ye mfan toduane anajo na enyumbre na eba numbre na ena ye ba be du ye nso yewura ye dem nso na de tie nso omo teacher $400 MI as usual say the year amusi ye no na omo ye fefe ntino den na stories are equabonti. That is the first thing. The second thing ye bra one man supporter ono so ye say why press conference echichi mi say ye ba Egypt ye ba Cote d'Ivoire hase yamane slot yankra no niama bibri e na okekan ni nyina nso enye no kora because one man supporter ye press conference say see Ghana supporters on kan bio and then some your last 3 games ayabo nyina no one man supporter oti no ho obehwa ya bobo even in the friendly match cry boy yani Liberia cry obekaya and then Black Queens so bobo ni nyina saa matches ni nyina no one man supporter tino we be sure yeah was soro the majority no na ono wo form it is a mudi monia to form kran be hu saa de ye mampanyifo ne kasa ya wenti me ankasa me nya opportunity ne omo executives ni bi ko kasa ai ni nyina monti it is ende ni aba Cote d'Ivoire na o chese I say yan crowd yan ma o slaughter who already ni waka say Ghana supporters no nkan nti e den yetumi abema o slaughter so that is it so na was here clear say enye sa na tie na afin so say honorable Mustafa Yusuf for the Nadam for na aba which that one to na was here clear say enye sa na tie nti no minia press conference aye no to clear the air say this is how things is. It's not how one man supporter is saying in the press conference.
Ibrahim Kansa of Ghana supporters in Abidjan. Thank you very much for talking to Max FM and Maximum FM. Eradi Shamuna on Kamuhu. Yedase pass on yakasa. Yedase.
Mesume damase Nana Darkwa uwejuma na uye nufititi nyina yenimu. Wojuma ye krojen. Kosoni wojuma pa uye. Nyankopon shira uwebiri.
Amen. Amen.
That is why you see Willie Creech and Mr. Reverend Kofi Pare, and Kudus is around also. And we are here to support the Black Stars. And as you rightly said, I think we are playing our first match today. We are all going to be at the stadium to just put our behind Ghana.
Okay, now it's way there. Buyer. Okay, how about at the bio, yes. At the bio, there are kinds, no. Okay. Inti at the bio.
One that has most of the cap also in Afcon again the Diallo. I think now you just have to find a way to talk to his team to motivate his team in within because now it's very important. It's not like Nigeria draw where a lot of people were upset, but now Ghanaian lose is different. And the second game is against Egypt. Egypt, you know how good they are tactically, how good they can be, how crucial Mohamed Salah can be on the second game. So, and he scored a last-minute penalty that obviously boosts his confidence. So, I'm expecting a big game from Ghana. Otherwise, on Friday morning, I think they will be one of the first teams to start going home.
You obviously have football technical know-how. Watching the Black Stars play against Cape Verde, what can you say was the problem with the team?
No, I think technically they are good. Tactically, they were not in shape. They are not the best. But I think when we are playing African Cup of Nations, technically and tactically, it's not even important anymore. What is important in Afcon is the envy, the mentality. The mentality have to be right. The enthusiasm of the game. You have to go out there and know that you are representing a country. That's different. I play for Madrid. I used to play for Arsenal. But whenever I put that yellow shirt on to represent Togo, it's a whole different thing, and it's a whole different ball game together. And I think if the Ghanaian can put that together and say, listen, guys, tactic is good, technique is good, but let's go there and put everything that we have in our hearts on that pitch, I think they have a big chance to win against Egypt.
So that's former Real Madrid and Togo star Shea Adebayo. Now, earlier interview now, it is a rebel Sekufi Kasa. Now, Dana Abaya HUC 4 past winners of the Afcon. And so, Womunko and Koshe Boni Binti Porto no Musha Sheikh Sienu TV, and he spoke to them. So that's it. Yakwa Mano Suyane, the president of Taking Over Football Club and top Ghanaian sports journalist and scholar, Dr. Akoto Boafo, Etchin Komo about the Black Stars and the game against Egypt tomorrow. Good morning, Doc.
Oh, good morning, Nana Darkwa Gyasi. I said the title in the good table. So, my old day.
Salina, who for America about that, man?
Buy a chair.
One touch, I'm Remy.
When I saw this, I know the other make me go on.
Welcome back, official Paso.
Probably got here, Nana.
Godfred, mpacho mi misa o Black Stars on boy omni Cape Verde boy and me sure say ushebi. Mpacho mbeze midi kanje observations about the game. Na fe yen share nim de Ghana betmu aya on betmi edi Egypt taka from nempo qualification bi wo ho a ya sha se adwen ho. Nti we ntina anope ye ba on chen ye dase.
Miss Medasi na well, I think that yeah, share ball ni na bi no eh Cape Verde match. Yeah, ko match ni no. Obi ana wahwe Ghana ball the past year or so no. Na say they did that so at the form kakra. Obi no na obitime din say si no bo aka say obo we get Ghana be 3, Ghana be 4 say ni na yin say match na be match. It say we share Ghana your record the past 2 or 3 Afcons na said that enko animu. Inti na that's why Ghana for our match ni no make can say na e wo form kakra. Oba match na kase mu de say yan start game ni ball no say 10 minutes to you know about do defense yellow card. Na Cape for na start edit game na media me who game ni mo no Dennis Odoi our ball right back side na so no Osami ni up best na Quaye edida Ghana team ni mo no edoso e na saa Quaye no so no Cape for no enya enya chance at the omo players occupies species na appear no say kind of bofuma then it's all basically small kind so say the Cape Verdeans found spaces in between our lines, and in those spaces they always had an extra man. Into 2 goals that you consider balls into such spaces, First goal especially was one of those things. Second goal also one of those things. Although make the second goal defensive mix up kakra kaho. Over the way I see team na name one kakra say Cornisdorfer name no as out and out winger. Now it's the number 10. For the first time in the system, and now you maybe a normal try with training, but you said they match muda. That's why I want to say because Cornisdorfer your friend either 9 or 10 times. In that your money business park so period be I said that doors sir are not and signs in yes same position no. But well, because Kudus in the some way somehow more as you mean say you bet to me occupy our road no why you be my but to me I'm so unfortunately for us and so many times say inactivity of some of your players not so high because Salisu to say na and fitter some of the errors now or committee on the day and your errors are normally or committee and you say on your quality player has the quality but obviously this is a player who has not played too many games into the reactions, the responses, nature or Quaye Kakrako. Into overall, the Mecca was disappointing. Again, because coach, my complaining or show so that as the on-tip players now, Ukrano or more, the Umbetumia, on Sedan, Sia Papa. When him say, yes, or play a friend Shimiru, when him so play a friend Jordan, when him so play a friend Kudus, or play a friend Inyaki. But onim dia emasa players near players were parked so they no mutumi into the way I also see team sometimes more players emma omuntumi tre de omutumi ye ye time I take canal game be 1-1 chiku and I must say another kwa chiku no where bema ujina na so pass adano and no one can never only reach the full never be this year. But Michel Fourier, so we had the goal the first one, and now he could have done better. But ultimately, you to me, I gave him more at 1-1. Change that coach here and dear man, here because now you come momentum. Semenyo, now I break you in power, but now after who said, what you mean your opportunities are now will be you Quaye. Not just a place of society, be you Quaye Kakra. And not give for no. Call mechi into na my to be a bad game in my year create openings or bekaya before just before you say when you film when your chance you are left or to think of phobia numians extra Crosby and a pencil me say I tell you film changes now a buy a slow game down kakra game slow down and now make event for nothing about game name into from that moment no Kevet started creating chances and to be honest with you Kevet for winning goal buy and I said I knew be on one side. Because for the last 10 minutes of the game, women are born and more creative chances. Ukai Richard had to make 2 or 3 key interceptions. And overall, that is how I saw the game. Ultimately, when the blame member Chris Hutton, such changes any timing of changes I'm wying.
Wow, inti only amount for one say Ghana lose game from the bench no area Adriana.
Oh, completely. Many of my are doing completely. National team there at that point, coach they blaming Abemano.
Is Ghana, there's the next game against Egypt, and the possibility say Ghana for Abrantie ne Obiabo Nidi Mohamed Kudus obe fit. Na me say Odiana was a Ghana ye na omubo better than they did against Cape Verde. And a Kudus ne crown, Diana or the Bagana team no so Ujana na aswa.
Well, I think that they got a bit to me a again. Ever back to shooting, so it's an obesity team. Now, that means who you enter shooting on to me identify the player profiles. Shooting for some strange reason, coach of his intellect, coach of his experience, on to me identifies a player I am Josiah ne was studio. I will identify player profiles now to be able to say yes, even they understand what a player profile is. Sorry enough. But people now you charge $50,000 to £50,000 a week, a month, some way, somehow, is struggling to identify your player profiles. Against Egypt, so to me, and player profiles, and I say, okay, may the wage that ha, either may the other bar, or any player economy, in case may the wage not in time, so that you'll be to me above the sea, so that I can get the best of Odoy. say me bo baba edusu okay e say me di we bo say na be ya baba edusu di onim ye no obetumi ai baba edusu nye player otumi di na chi eje ball so okay a lot of times against Quebec or tries to di na chi eje ball ye je ball ni free ni say ba kokoro e no di nya yellow card no because you real no chat player no it happened 4 or 5 times in the game. It is a uber baba edusu it means you must have somebody who is willing and able to receive the ball and start the attack from that side. Into what it player profile and I say, okay, Jordan, are you on your out and out wide player now? You're penny be okay, or if you're not or a game manager type of winger, open foul, open so slow tempo, no, open so frustrating opponent, no, and a Jordan ball, but open say, oh, yeah, be okay, be Osman Bukari and a Mount Anyamano. That is how you are able to get a result, a performance out of your team. It's even though you have a performance against Egypt Wednesday, Ochinano, players, no. They are capable of giving a performance. No doubt about it. These are professional footballers. They are playing at the peak of their careers. Well, some of them, not Obia. But coach, which me show now what to me I draw out the strategy to take on an Egypt team. To be also frankly speaking, they were a bit embarrassed. Mozambique game now. Obia or me say I didn't give Mozambique a dog chance against Egypt. But it just happened out now. Mozambique would have run away with the 3 points. And it would not have been ill. Mozambique played very, very well. They played very, very well. They were organized. They played to tactical instruction. You could see this was a determined team. And they've got skill. Okay? So, against Egypt, if we want to be able to perform, Egypt also have a point to prove. And then Ghana have a point to prove. Egypt is also a point to prove. Until it becomes a matter of who wants it more. Who is the more determined of the two. At the moment, I think Egypt will start with a slight advantage over Ghana. Even though you lose your man, Lucino, I think they have a bit more quality. They have a bit more understanding of what their team is. And they are obiabi to me. A change. Say Chris Hutton, in the last 3 days, were to me, then we might give Egypt a good game. But until then, Egypt starts as favorites for me.
How about the Kudus factor?
Well, it depends on how fit he is. It depends on how fit he is. And I think that desperation might mean, say, Yeremanabo, and because any braba, and your PBB will give me many, and say, you're boy in Akujina Kuduso. But here's the thing Egypt is soon say Kudus won't turn fully. There's a lot at stake. That means if he plays, Egypt will target him. And we know that North Africans are cynical enough to do these things, to target a player they know is not fully fit. And Kudus will come into the game expecting to be at the end of some crunching tackles, some hard shots here and there. They are testing the fitness naturally. And so if he's not 100% fit, would it make sense to risk him? I think it makes sense to risk him at this moment, even if he's around 80 or 90% fit. Because guess what? At Afcons, you are risky as a margin at 40%. We've risked him at 50% when he was our best player. And he gave us results. Now we know ewo kromwa as a margin, malaria, ewo mongomo.
Ghana versus Algeria.
Then that's what the baby and some waja in Yare. Nan the strength so say Hano Mekai, you poor match in the hospital near year when the Asawajan played that entire tournament with all kinds of injuries. But when we needed him, he came to the party for us. So somebody will need to come to the party for us. Kudus is our big boy now, pro. So when show, even though he's not fully fit now, he will need to absorb the kicks that the Egyptians will bring his way to give us a chance in tomorrow's game.
And Ghana bet match Egypt.
Egypt
are favorites.
Yes, Egypt are favorites for me. I think that Egypt win the game 2-1.
Now, unya party man crown, no makoji cap nansia. This is in the GP on Grammy Janambe, you taking over.
Now, who was for them, but it
Metiti.
Ghana didn't work me.
About to say, baby. The star need to say baby, dear now.
The star near more baby than Balfour. What's about for no your power?
Yeah.
Anyway, we don't need born on yet. The only thing I am one is or a slim to send a mammy, but born do nimbo. But for now, no school no more. It's your said then time in your training, but we school in the air, born of Beba.
Wow, enter Krema, you're predicting a bright future for him.
So I think Denzel Jan, once he gets a full year of football training, okay, no funny instincts, meaning nah.
Nidini the same.
Or the Denzel Jan.
Denzel Jan, into your market Denzel Jan in front to all.
More market Denzel Jan into by the time since we are kind of Form 1 or Form 2. In about 2 or 3 years now, we will see what he can do.
And I only about for Jens came over chat the bed you.
The coach, your friend, the coach could guest him. My name is Happy Stars for coach.
Pampa, Augustine player, I don't know.
Augustine player, I don't know.
Wow, what was it taking over? So you bet you a percentage, Anna.
I will say no, they are usual.
All right. Doc, yeah, that's only a Casanya Michelle.
Michelle, so that's it.
All right. One of the most learned people you can speak to on radio, TV, in the media landscape. Intelligent personified. Godfred Akotobuafo. This guy get brains. All right. ADC 36 after 11 on 89.7. Nanedu.
Nana Darkwa.
Yes, sir.
At the end, say China Nanga Hana game no.
Aye.
Nekasi no. But I think say I appeal go answer a lot of things about
the supporters' problems.
Supporters in the sense I'm very I force say the other Ghana for pay no. One. And you know, say they want to come back to Ghana and pay for come on $400, but rather no, kodu ko when they are more than that. So that means 1 more years our story no. Ebia omenyanti ase ni asam nte nko na nte ase nko. So unless say bia there is something we don't know and I said the other so bet say me na nyɛ saa na te. But if on ne de na ye de ye we dia and the maybe 400 na ye de dia more dada. Baby na me ye wo issue kakra ye addressing one man in sense no with minister and sense and money ade na me feel say or de nyon na so address it. So one man feel say
he was more or less speaking for the minister.
You get the point. Yeah. So one man feel so the minister will issue when you na obeka say no kra na no kra. What does it?
Yes, but in one breath you can also hold brief for him because one man accused the minister of sending his friends into Omona Kudru, they need to say Omo Kudru Omo minister and friends. So I think on that note.
No, so on to Musu Yan say no cry and I said Abi. But per the other 10% because on one income no. Because also supporters they are more 200 tickets. Because in Nipa we who honey at about 1,000.
You do Omukoyo, or no can the organized ones are binding Omukoyo. Who's a corporate word and so you. So like means me more company being for advertising purposes, but corporate world no the crop be break fully paid. So on one crop only a government sponsored the also you do no. I don't know all kasa momuzo on who minister na done for but like you are saying, and it's subjective.
What to make an say? Say it hey.
But what's the big deal? Minister done for Ghana.
That is the issue.
Charlie, this is true. I mean I want to concentrate on the pitch.
What to make an say? Na it hey umpo. Ebia 200 near the Amma supporters union.
Nanedu, this thing is a non-issue. Now, Chroma, you know we shall see Of course, this is politics. We're in an election year. The minister will take people who are going to favor his government when the election comes.
Absolutely.
In the way in the news. We're wasting breath.
Nana, I mean, Remo. Godfrey in Gomanica.
Right.
There are some key areas we are Godfrey touching here. Maybe your assistant coaches in your head coach no or move team ni. And now some margin call. Especially maybe not all my Jordan example no.
I do 5 minutes.
Say Oka Jordana when you break paddy bi on ne dia ne ye hold your play. You're looking for free kicks in the idea. Baby, I see any brother your party, and we need runners who can cause problem for us.
Runners.
So maybe I call Egypt's get the moon or taking those things into consideration. And yes, I need a call Egypt's get the moon because I never come who are a team no say. Your boys were not running with the ball. 1 or 2 occasions that we say, not paint a person you be kaka. But the natural winger say Jordan, watch the ball. Either somebody to better take you on player near channel. Oh, who saw in your dentist or the result to be a man. So before say, your game against Egypt, your coach no only favoritism, where you're a big player, where you see Messi and not maintain Tontain. Ghana 4 year result in that game. Crucial. That is the most important in Ghana for person. So coach the man and cause aspect in so. Men yes sure so by a lot of changes in the team. Even though we lost against Cape Verde. Salisu said who knows so Diku was quite okay. I go be our best player. We first go the free war Ofori was okay. But I thought say your players didn't show in your Dimichina. Almost show sign say they really want to win. Because Nana science na yedi eni hu no enye fe wo. Because and at this current administration or where FA almost second tournament omokoni. They are yet to win the game at Afcon. Almost second tournament. So when to make now result against Egypt. Now you stand for free move be a man. One have in the history book of our football say the worst FIA. Somebody Ghana Eco tournament may win. So they will have to avoid this kind of thing tomorrow.
But I think it's got to do with the technical team, not the FA.
Oh, understand the squad about OMGB.
But the mission say we're analyzing the performance of the team. What has that got to do with the FA and how successful they are? The coach need players who Anna.
Coach
Debbie. Well. Because I'm not sure when the Spanish people are analyzing their games and the English people, they bring in their FA into tactics and all that. Do they do that?
Oh, and I say, and it's also the same. Obusutu Meka say, oh, under this administration, you have semi-final to associates.
That one is their own cup of tea. But I'm saying that you don't mix administrative stuff with the sporting issues.
Oh, but sir, administration but my banana what dey perform.
Well, but
administration but my banana what dey perform.
Team ni performance.
Me say the fourth nation mo, but person me say.
But what can they do?
When any anko sa dey no
so. Then on
you bad on the side.
What can they do tomorrow to bring victory that they should go and play?
No dey nyama me nyanka me yere dey. Ebi wo kwa for radio.
Wow.
Oh yes, me nyanya. What talking shooting game no. Say who need me view about shooting?
You are into a tournament.
You
lose your first game.
And
in your thinking, coach need to bench. Wow.
You got the shooting so they are and
I know him so no contract there.
Contract come my result I have no win your contract.
The ramifications of these decisions that you think can be taken.
No, me say result I have no. No be Ghana Genesis no. Contract na so se no.
And I'm say insunson so a side decisions in the beba no. I will consider.
Na me say be Genesis here no.
Aye.
Anything result na Ghana for power this Afcon na hiase ni nyina around the team.
Oh, okay.
Players no last point. End the game na Kasambo.
And you think you have good players?
Especially the captain of the side, the DIO. Unguided the boys is very important. Because also show the record as a captain, any Afcon now. I saw it's like game no jibbo. Obey a captain, you really one game per Afcon.
Oh wow.
Or nobody a captain of the Blasters. You go Afcon, you really one game per.
Obey captain Ghana could 2 Afcons.
You got 3, you tell me.
Certainly, Munye.
And I say, in this semi-final bet, Nana Yadiano. Only a Diana born no, it's by. Men can't say or no. So that you know, woman example.
So is his fault.
So make us a men can't say or no.
But all the time,
but so person wow, I did be through one.
Wow. Hey, Charlie. And some enemy to a crowd.
I don't think of our customer na few time or your captain you call walk up.
Oza.
See, I can. So, na be a time by a captain, you call walk up.
Aso.
Nto betu makasa we time na enya asa de we. Ye ka di twa asem so. So my phone to try there. Players na nje ball ne mbo. So we want to make something. Ye die bi magana. Yes, I know that. What do you try by rag game?
Alright, 45 after 11. Josiah. Yeah.
I think say for clarification purposes, yes, say any apigu etching komo because exactly Ghana supporters. I think the Wings now. I think that he's one of the biggest names when it comes to Ghana supporters.
Sure.
And Oshe on also need direct access with the Ministerial. It was very, very important. Say you be nyano, I'm our clear nyama way because the ban is now. Then there's no need to even revisit our press conference over here because and one say man and I like it. Say I think that the last question now and no cry Quaye tintin say the previous questions no because he had to explain what happened and what you had to move say in go for baku mienu bi. So that one is true. Ocean some obisa ni na say omo Okoe no.
I need to talk customer ministry.
And you see, he's not also not serving because he's in the good books of the ministry.
That's right.
So what he has here, but then also he needs to control the damage because he's there, and that's the mark of every good leader. So what he has here, and yes, he was honest with the fact say in Kofo Bakum yenu bi your musika. And no half of the people crying, but no say you go for Bakum Yenubi, and they're about what to sort that out.
Diplomacy.
Exactly. In the end, because he can tell he doesn't know the definite number of people. In the end, I think for clarity purposes, because this thing has been circulating for 2 days now. After we heard about the news of an assault on Chris Hutton, I think some few hours later, yet saying Crophobia, say fans be stranded and all that. But then Onwaba Abechechim. And you see, usually Nana after the aftermath of every poor tournament, Nana in same P. So he should also be very, very careful. So what he has here, because if he's not giving us the right information, Nana, and things should go south. Now you film, maybe Ansha Nyama be exploded. Because that's when we'll get to know the things that actually took place over there. But for now, we'll hold on to it because we are hearing from the horse's own mouth. Who say Inyan Waha proud to the tournament? We had him over here.
Right.
A day, Saturday no Mokono. I think the very day they were traveling to the Ivory Coast, he was here with another Papa Nana Otinich, and I think he is also a leader of one of the supporters base. And they came to answer things, but for each person to be given $400. I no idea to Nana. In yes, guys, almost support you. Because, like you said, we are in like
Ghana buying HSS.
No, Ghana buying HSS. We've all come to understand. Say Ghana buying $400. So what you say? $400. We don't want to be later near teaching them with regards to the supporters base and no. So what you say? Because this is the taxpayers' money. Of course, this is the taxpayers' money, and he's confirmed it on air. We confirm it. Into Ghana new BOT Max and then Ati from actually Apirigu Chakapama say this is what has actually happened. But then I am some more can you say you best sort you. Let me
when you video was best you.
Itiana was Itiana no one na. Ha. And no ya muskano.
But because your mom
Lubo. So in America because
Afcon in Zambia.
In America say no yeah. Aftermath. We should hope. We should in America. We should.
I'm asking, are all of these monies going to be factored in the budget or as well as separate?
Nana,
I think it's separate.
No, it's not separate. Now, is it?
Separate because from the Black Stars budget.
Yes.
That's what I'm
But it's all part of the budget.
Last 2 years.
Yes,
Last 2 years, you call Afcon by now. Minister Konyo opportunity to Parliament. No, okay, say they got sponsors
who took care of the supporters.
Of the supporters. In Tebet say, "Ebi away."
But it's still budget.
Budget. Budget, no. Because the Abani can't say this is the budget because until now we don't know what the budget entails.
It's part by the source of funding.
Yes.
And
that's different. But it's part of the budget.
Exactly.
Nana, I'm say it's here for baby. I'm saying in Canada. That Godfrey yes what can I I'm saying but yeah, Nina the best china.
Tomorrow is another day.
Exactly. Game the car china. Then you bet me in your time.
Okay. Your beer lines no 0201-825-252. Messages kakransi so say Nana. I said, Nana Ghana very poto. Look at how people are playing. We're joking from your man, Danny Rock in Sumia. Or see a very poto. I should read his message. Nana, can't you see what is coming? I can't see. All right. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Jumu Radio now. Your radio set is giving us feedback.
Sorry.
Graham, yeah, that's it you.
Yeah. But I can't time then the bubble. Because I time then the bomb.
8 p.m.
8 p.m. Okay. You mean that's it. Okay.
Yes, sir, that's it. Nyami shall be brave. We say, good morning, Max FM. Fantastic. Black Stars. Now I tell you, Accra girls can play better than the Black Stars. The ostentatious lifestyle is too much. As I just saying. Incredible, you. God have mercy on us. My name is Champion Life Boy from Nungwa Zongo. Hello.
Hello.
Boss, Pacho, radio no man confirm.
Tomato police station.
Yes, you, sir.
Maybe I can make you a cat. I'm a coach. But you know, already that Baba Drisu go and Fana move. Baba Drisu, and as I will name him. Yeah, one for some young. And a not William. Go for a million. Yakan now, or baby. These are the Papa Tannet. We have a put. That's a mental. Woman move that day or not. Or your ma goes in a buy. I don't want to. You don't mind the good brain. The Onunqua and their son, Baba, no money move. Maybe I don't know.
Oh, I'll show you that. I mean, shall be brave. So, ostentatious means pretentious. What is it? Nanuchi Wakanze. Wapayo. I pretend you guys are. Hello. Yes, sir.
Sorry.
But you're that's so about it. $400.
And I'm part of $400
Now they do say 4,800.
Nana supporter, give 4,800 and the Ghana Premier League now born a president go ahead for. So match is Omuya.
Ghana Premier League there, you're born this season be Afcon, so you're going 2 years.
Nana woman say, but don't say Afcon, don't say Enkoye my. Because of the Ghana League, no, all of us can remember. Supporter, over for 4,000 plus. Then we just teach the football 90 minutes per something. Also, we're like a player who needs 3,000. What the important point I have on we are broke, Nana. You know, I can't back any year long. Any year to that, or say that I say.
Intika, your supporters na call, Yama come and do mana.
Nana, yes, show year. I don't know about thing. Then, yes, similarly, place about a team. How about the start about to form so good as you about home to pick up Pamano. And I have a say about Moka, quite your more. You go to boy. One after you can take a record. Master President, I don't know
you trust. Okasani boy, I want. I'm sorry about that foul language. He took me by surprise. So that's it. 0201825252. Hello. Fabu. Fabu, I think come to a debiara dana your wedding quatintini apomudin.
Oi, no.
Fabu. Fabu Pacho. Adjuma nam koye yo. And there's no be any.
I don't want popular. Now I'm
going to papa is popular. Fabu there, young Ghana board as well. What
Afcon and I say we are league so that's how you are man.
But your start times then there me say me tena bom tima ma omuaya anhwa na madi unwamonti me busa na e chena me di muaya bro we dey me sere fa che me.
That's yeah, mega ina my no. You say you are purpose for Afcon no. And I'm most for Okoe no. You buy no na want it no. Only be me try. And ya no I do was saying we take up match there take am you also. The una ka here now. The ka GTV go do you. You dey busa ma me say next year start Premier League no say Okoe no na ni ko so na say mega ina my no na my here.
But you fa.
You Premier League ni yame. Mo wa kon ni ida me. Anyama yi. Nana Afijapa.
I've been coming to Fabu from Akwete, man. Ah, interesting, man. Yeah. That's a good morning. I'm Blessing from Tema. I'll be shocked if Jordan, Ofori, and Idris will start. I prefer a midfield of Salis, Elijah, and Ashimiru. I bet the minister will come and tell us he used $3 million in the group stage. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
My friend is the news. I'm a contestant or young refer.
Pache, that's so about. Afisa sena enkwatintene sika bebre ne israba yenyina ya brabum.
Amen. Now after I make the case about because of what so style Ghana football no any matter every day of to your man. Yeah, can you see our black star? You say players more sometimes only in the because now in the first game no we share about for the salary. But I again who say as a coach. I'm not going to make a share team and make that comments. And the same interview Dr. BCC Avocat from the Grand Park the division. He said almost the same I told my friend. One, the players on the pitch almost so patriotic. Two, Pochettino, I don't think Okoe used to play as NBA. And three, Okoe Jordan, Okoe Okoe yes. So as a coach, yes, we just play as I was crazy to be for a team to win games. So she came to that Okoe running down the line. I saw the line, I was just playing about to show you how I play one by everybody. So that we are into the box.
Right.
But in my first game, I didn't really see that. If you are
Thank you very much. I think your point is well made. We have 2 more minutes to go, so another caller can join in the conversation. It's the big one about the Black Stars. Tomorrow is going to be bigger. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
This is Sammy.
All right, Sammy.
Nana Darkwa supporters almost get endorsed. Seriously.
Now, only at the man because they're dozen.
Matter, I don't know. So, she brought stadium here. Calf grab bar. Or the Yama shed and Quaye. At least, your mom, the bigger trade, you make us a my mom, Shimo. But at least something that I didn't be the reserve SAC sports stadium. See, then that's a mom. But your man said they should consider something. A mom can no, it was good. She bought a blast out. It's a strong. Still need innovations. And yeah, papa, I don't know, Mascana. I can't say Mamma. Bamuma, I don't need the editing with a massive.
All right, we won't pick any more calls. Starboy or half of mem or so Shane or Chio Bibiara or Sigana Beshe Egypt China. Starboy so Chia Bullet Man, Solomon Adai, Mate Israel, and Anema Miss Jenna Apia Kubi, CEO 24/7 Home Designer Furniture. All right, we'll see more updates from the camp of Chelsea and the Black Stars. I'm really enjoying the best show live and clear inside Indianapolis, Kumasi, Thanos, so Kesben Junction. Keep up the good work. Yeah, that's Kwasi Mikisi, good morning, good sports. Kofi Ajman, black man, I'm seeing you wherever you are. Oyibo Boatin wa Chumana Rebi, or say, or share live. Black Stars, also Mushe Egypt by hook or crook. Yeah, that's Oyibo Boatin, Francis Tego say, or also share on Anglogan, Voter region. Jonathan Amusususi, or Chayena, Godfred Gorgesbeck say, we should keep the game blazing. He loves all of us. Sapon Prince say, Piaga, Nidimba Kono, no share wa Chima Safo. Johnson Gaddafi appear could be say most African countries are advancing and progressing in their football fraternity, and Ghana is retrogressing. Ozzy has destroyed Ghana football. I don't know about that. Jason Gaddafi appear could be say Senegal won their first game 3-0. Check, please. You are right. William Bedu Esiedu, I've seen all your messages. Kevin De Bruyne and all of you. Erasmus Shandorf or say Liverpool be winning EPO. Ghana will go through. All right. These are the messages we got. Isabella Bretty. Wow. See, please tell Chris to put Ayu and Kudus in the game. Ayu to stand on the 6th position. All right. Yeah, see, immense thanks goes out to our proud sponsors, Techno Mobile. I'm reminding you to pay a visit to the newly refurbished, plush, exquisite, fantastic Techno exclusive shop on the 2nd floor of the Techno House at Dakuman Junction. All your Techno phones from Camon 20 or Spark ranges, Nina, Ebi Oha, Oba, Nyoma Ebe Konkan, Ediamon, Star Times, and then Max Buy, Esu Taichi, and Edijumedian Ebaye. Thank you to Nanedu. Thank you, Josiah. Thank you, Tony Beble, the Predictor, Mutala Yakubu, plus Daniel, Michael, Gordon, Belinda, Holy, NY.